Good morning and welcome, friends. My name is CJ Mitchell, and I am the Community Access Coordinator here at CAM. I want to welcome you to another Playdate. Did you notice the image behind me? Do you know what it is? It's a bark from a tree. Bark is a wonderful, real texture that we find out in the world, and it fits today with our theme of totally texture. Today, we'll be looking at two types of texture, implied and real. Texture refers to how a surface looks or feels in art. We can describe texture with different adjectives. What is an adjective, you ask? Well, an adjective is a word that we use to describe something, like an animal, a person, place, or thing, or even a thought, and also art. Some examples of words we use to describe how something feels, like soft, smooth, bumpy, rough, and hard, are adjectives to describe art. Real texture is how something feels when it's touched. If something feels just as it looks, that means the texture is real. Can you think of a word to describe how something feels? Take a second to think. And when I get to the number 3, shout it out. 1, 2, 3. That's a good one. I will tell you the one I thought of. How about the word fluffy? So like when you lay your head on a fluffy pillow to take a nap or to go to bed at night. Implied texture. When something looks like it has texture, but actually is smooth to the touch. Sometimes textures are made to look like it's rough or smooth, for example, but that means it looks like the texture, but it does not feel like it. And that means it's an implied texture. Now that we know the difference between real and implied texture, let's find art at CAM that have these types of textures through our current exhibition, Stories of Resistance. Let's look at one of the artworks by the artist Wendy Red Star. In the foreground is an image of a Native American man on a horse, and in the background is an image of a beaded bow. The Native American on the horse shows how the beaded bow would be worn today. I chose this image because it shows implied texture. Let's take a look closer. When we look at it up close, it looks as if we could feel the bumps of the beads and the softness of the feathers. Now let's look at Guadalupe Maravilla's Disease Thrower number 4. Why do you think I chose this work? Do you think it is implied texture or real texture? Yes, you guessed right. I chose it because it's real texture. Let's take a closer look. If you could touch Disease Thrower number 4, what words would you use to describe how it feels? Maybe you thought of words like rough, hard, prickly, jagged, or even coarse. Now let's look at a sculpture for Twan Andrew Wynn's Boat People. The sculpture is called A Lotus in a Sea of Fire. What words would you use to describe this sculpture? Take a second. What do you think? I thought of words like smooth and hard and rigid. Now let's look at it from another perspective. I love the details of the hair. It would be interesting to touch if we could. What words would you use to describe how it might feel? I thought of the word soft, but since it's a sculpture made from wood, we know that the wood is a hard surface. So this is an implied texture, making something look like a texture, but it's actually not. Another example of implied texture is the work of Takorsi Dyson. In one of her paintings, the blue specter is in love with the dark architect, otherwise known as Bird in Lava. This is an example of implied texture. What would you use to describe what the texture would feel like? I thought about the words rough or gritty. But in reality, if we could touch it, the painting would probably feel smooth. And finally, let's look at a work of Banu Sintatoglu, Gerbet's Diary. The book on the metal shelf are etched limestones. What texture would you use to describe this work? Maybe you thought of the words rough, smooth, hard, solid. Let's take another look up close. In this image, you can see the unevenness of the tablets. What words would you use to describe the texture now? The words that came to mind for me were rough and jagged, or even bumpy. All right, so today's art activity, we are going to be doing texture rubbings. So you're gonna have to be a little bit of an explorer and try to see what kind of textures that you have around your home. All right, let's get started. All right, materials that you will need today are paper, crayons. I hope you picked up some wonderful recycled crayons from Cam. But if you don't, you need regular crayons. You just need to remove the paper because it makes it easier for you to rub to get texture rubbings. You'll need some type of textures to rub, scissors, and glue. Okay, so for today's play date, we are going to need scissors, glue, paper, some textures for rubbing, and crayons with either the paper peeled off, or if you have some of the recycled crayons, you can use those today. And so first thing I'm going to do is move things out the way that I don't need. And so what I'm going to do is try out the different textures and see what kind of print or imprint they leave on the paper. So the first one I'm going to start with is a bubble wrap. So we got the bubble wrap, and then you place the paper on top of what you're going to rub. So we'll move some of these back. All right. So now, let's see. Let's try out the orange. You apply a lot of pressure back and forth with the side or the top crayon. And now it's leaving, as you can see, the circles, the little bubble wrap circles. It's pretty cool. All right. Let's see, I'll probably get some more area here. Let's try. Cool. We'll get a little bit more. Awesome. Move that to the side. Bubble wrap out the way. Now I found a piece of foil and I kind of crumbled it up. So let's see what kind of texture we get with foil. See, so press the foil down, put the piece of paper on top, take your crayon and rub. Oh, that one's kind of cool. Just go back and forth. Maybe I'll turn it over on this side and see what I get. I gotta rub a little hard, apply some pressure. Cool. All right, let's try out the piece of wood and see what we get. I like the wood. Actually, there are some scratches in the wood, and you can see the scratches. Awesome. I'll do a little bit more. So you can move your paper around over the top of the texture. See if I go this way. But be careful if it's something that you use again, you might want to be careful about not getting crayon on it. I'll just do it there. All right, that's kind of nifty. Move that to the side. Now, I also found a sponge. It's kind of hard. Let's see what kind of texture you get from this. Another piece of paper. Let's try yellow. That's not doing too much, and it could be because it's hard, but it's also soft. So that one's not too interesting. But it's all trial and error and see what happens and experiment and see what kind of textures you can rub off different items, which is fun to see. And now I'm going to take one of these texture plates. Oh, that one's pretty cool. Rub it across. That one. Let's try another one. Piece of paper. Color I haven't used yet. Oh, it looks like little pebbles. After rub a little bit harder, and actually when it moves, it makes an interesting texture. It kind of repeats itself. All right, so those are the textures. Try them out. And so now we're going to take our rubbings and create some artwork. So let's see, I'm going to line them up here. So you might want to take another piece of paper. And let's see, I am thinking, because it's warm outside right now, maybe I'll do a beach scene. So I am going to, I'm gonna start with the color brown that I used. So I'm just gonna cut off that extra, just kind of white, and then kind of, I'm gonna do like as if it, make a little wavy line here. Let's see. I want it to be the length of the paper, so I'm going to cut it right there. Fit up to there. Cut that. So it'll be at the edge of my paper as if it's the sand. And then I'll need a little bit more. So I can then cut more little wavy lines. There, cut some off. So I'm gonna just cut pieces and make interesting shapes to end up making like a landscape picture. So before I'm gonna cut all my pieces to see how it looks before I actually glue down. So now I need some water. Maybe I got blue bubble print, so maybe I'll make this look like water on the beach. Cut out more of the texture than anything. Let's see, it's going to be my water. some more. This is a little bit like collage work, if you think about it, because we're just cutting out shapes from our texture room. All right, so that's my water. And so if it's a sunny day out, I'll use this yellow and make a sun. So I'll cut out. There's my sun. What else should we include? Maybe a beach ball. So I have some bubble texture here. I'll cut out a circle. A smaller circle. So that could be my ball on the beach. Maybe I should make an umbrella. If somebody is sitting underneath the umbrella. Or maybe a beach chair. I think maybe I'll make a beach chair. See if I can make a beach chair. Cut out. It'd be like my beach chair. You use your imagination a little bit. That's the beach chair. To the ball. Let's see, I need something in the sky. Maybe we'll have, we should make some clouds, a couple of clouds. I use the foil rubbing. Just cut out a shape or two. Lots of clouds. Another one. Not too many clouds. It's a nice sunny day out at the beach. And should we include, maybe a bird in the sky? Try. I have this other one from earlier. Cut out a piece. Put that there. All right, I think I like my beach theme. So now we're ready to glue. So I'm going to start with my water first because I feel like that's the most underneath, and I'll move all my other pieces to the side. I got a couple different pieces. So you'll put glue on the back. And then maybe a little more. And since I kind of laid it out, I know where I kind of want things to go. So press it down. And I'm gonna come back there. Glue that down. And your pieces can overlap, or if you want to cut them exactly right, it's up to you. All right, and now let's see. Probably might need some more bubble stuff. A little bit left. Cut a few more pieces. Kind of fill in that space right there. Got a little bit left. See if you can go in that space right there. Awesome. Now, I'll put my sand down. Put it about right there. Glue on. That piece and another piece. I'm not gonna cut it, overlap nicely. All right, ooh, then it moved. It has a little bit too much glue on there. All right, I got it back in place. And as you're going, if you want to, you can turn your piece of paper over and then maybe cut off the excess, or you don't have to. All right, so now I got my sand down and I have my beach, or my sand and my water. Okay, now it's time for my sun. Should I have it go behind? Or maybe I should cut it down a little bit. Right, I think that's a good size for my sun. Maybe I should have my sun in the middle. Instead of off to the side. All right, now I'm gonna add my cloud. Maybe have one cloud over that way. Other cloud. Maybe over here. Let's add my flying bird. Put my beach chair up. And I'm gonna sit it about there. Put my beach ball over there. I think I may add more birds. You can tell they're birds. I think there might be dark clouds. I'm saying they're birds. All right, now, let's see, I feel like it needs some. Maybe I can make an umbrella. Umbrella. Take the person from the sun. Straight piece. A real straight one is a in the beach sand. Up a little bit. Put that down. Put my stick in the stick that's holding up the umbrella. All right, now I got my beach scene. So I think I like my little beach scene. You can have fun with it. You can draw on top. You could add more details within it if you want to. And then you also have other possibilities of taking the texture rubbings. You could cut letters out and make a wonderful motivational sign. This one saying you are awesome because you know you are. And you could also This one's cool. I just did like a tree with different textures, an apple tree maybe. So you can have fun with finding textures around your house, doing a little bit of exploring and creating wonderful works of art with texture. All right. All right, now we have a performance from Consuming Kinetics Dance Company's Tiny Dancers. And guess what? I think you're gonna wanna get up and join in on the fun. Enjoy.
Welcome everyone to our Tiny Dancers class. This is a creative movement class for ages 3 to 6. And we're gonna start today by just getting to know a little bit about you, like your name and your favorite color. My name is Miss Erica, and my favorite color is purple. Okay, and what about you guys at home? What's your favorite color? And what's your name? All right, friends, now we are gonna travel across the floor like an animal. So, again, we have a big studio to work in, so whatever space you have at home, you can go back and forth in your room, pretending to be this animal. Try to think about the different ways that different animals move and maybe what they say as well. We can use sound effects. Are you ready? So our first animal is going to be a bunny. Ready, set, go. Let's see some bunnies. Nice. Our next animal is going to be a snake. Ooh. I like your snake. Looks like snakes are pretty hard to do. How are you guys doing at home with your snakes? Come on, Willa, don't give up. Finish out with your snake moves. And next, we are going to do another animal that has a very distinctive voice. Lots of different sounds that we might know if we have an animal like this at home. Next, we're going to do a cat. Some cat in here is mad. Let's try our birds. Where's our birds at? Okay, let's do a frog. Next, we're gonna do our choice of either a tiger or a lion. Tiger or a lion? An animal of your choice. Ready, set, go. I think some people picked human. What animal did you pick? All right, dancers. So in this next exercise, we are going to use our body to make and draw shapes. So let's do a circle first. Everyone use your body to draw a circle. You can use any part of your body in any shape that feels good to draw a circle. You can make circles, you can draw circles.
Can you make circles with your body?
Yes, I've done that one. Let me see those circles. I was watching. Show me where you're doing circles. All right, now let's try to draw circles in a different way. Boys, let's try to draw circles in a different way that we haven't tried yet. Try something different. You can draw a circle with your head. You can draw a circle with your hips. You can make the shape of your body into a circle.
Do we do like this?
Yeah, you can do like that. Yes, that's a good circle. The last thing we're doing, it's not going to be a shape, but instead, we're going to draw our own name with the part of our butt. So if I want to draw my name with my head, then it might look like this. But if I wanted to draw my name with my arm, then it might look like this. Everyone draw your name with some part of your body. And if you don't know all the letters in your name, then just focus on the letter you do know. Go ahead, draw it. Miss Claire's using her hair. That's funny. Welcome everybody who's joining us from home. In our next exercise, we are going to move our bodies in a freestyle, just free flow, free form, any way that we want to move that makes us think of the idea that I give you. So the first idea that I'm going to give you is ocean. And so when you hear the word ocean, how does it make you want to move your body? So there's no right or wrong way. The objective is just to keep moving. So we're going to work together with my students who are here in the classroom. And so everyone, we are going to move while thinking about the word ocean. Ready? Here we go. How does the ocean make you feel like moving? Everyone go ahead and move like the ocean. You don't have to face the mirror, you can face any direction. Just move like the ocean. How does the ocean make you feel like moving? Good work. So the next thing that we're going to move like, it's going to be a tree. Okay? So if you think about a tree, how does that make you want to move? Okay? Let's move like a tree or move in a way that the word tree makes us feel like moving. Here we go. And remember that trees look like they're stationary to us, but they're actually not still. Trees are always growing. There's always something going underground with their roots that we can't see, and they're connecting and talking to other trees. So how might a tree move? And how does like like a picture of trees in our mind to make us feel like moving. And now we're going to think about a cloud. It could be any kind of cloud. It could be a cloud in the sky on a bright sunny day, or it could be a rain cloud. How does cloud make you want to move? What do you feel like doing when you hear the word cloud or when you see clouds? There we go. And next we're going to move like rain, which is so perfect because it's rainy out today and we have the sound of rain going on right now. How do you feel like moving when you think of rain? A rainy day, rain drops. Rain is really active. Wow. Now, we are going to dance and move like a flower. So we just got all this rain, and then beautiful flowers are blossoming. And how do we want to move when we think about flowers, or when we see flowers, or when we're in a big field of flowers, or maybe we are the flower? So everyone moves like a flower. And what about grass? Let's think about the grassy field that the flowers are growing in, or a big grass field that we play soccer or some other sports in. Or maybe we're just thinking about being just a single grain of grass, just one little thread of grass. Let's be surprised. And last, for our movement exploration, we are going to think about snow. Now, it might be weird because it's almost summer, but we had snow a few days ago. So channel your inner winter vibes. And how do you want to portray snow today? It's our last one. How do we want to dance as snow?
Well, friends, we've come to the end of another play date. I hope you enjoyed. I want to thank you for joining us today, and I hope you learned a little bit about texture, and I hope you enjoyed moving with Consuming Kinetics Dance Company's Tiny Dancers. And if you enjoyed the art you saw today, please come see it in person. We are open Thursday through Sundays. All right, I want to tell you to take care, and I will see you next time. Bye.